Across the United States, a quiet but powerful transformation is happening inside the tech industry. Companies that build laptops, TVs, routers, smart home devices, data centers, servers, even accessories, are rethinking how their products consume power. Why? Because stricter energy efficiency standards are on the horizon. Federal and state regulators are pushing for devices that use less electricity, generate less heat, and run more sustainably. And US tech companies know that if they don't prepare now, they'll be left behind. This shift isn't about minor tweaks or small adjustments. It's reshaping everything from product design to manufacturing choices to software optimization. The standards coming over the next few years will impact nearly every type of consumer and enterprise technology sold in America. So how exactly are tech companies getting ready? The first big move is happening on the hardware engineering side. Companies are redesigning internal components, processors, circuit boards, power supplies, and cooling systems, so they run at lower wattages without sacrificing performance. Today's chips are smaller, more transistor dense, and more power efficient than ever. But upcoming rules will force deeper changes. Manufacturers are already testing low-voltage components, experimenting with alternative materials, and fine-tuning power regulation circuits. They're improving sleep states, optimizing idle behavior, and ensuring devices draw minimal energy when not actively in use. The goal is simple: build devices that use less energy without consumers noticing a loss in functionality. This leads to the second major preparation step: firmware and software optimization. Many companies have discovered that energy consumption isn't just about hardware, it's about how the device behaves. Just like eco-BIOS, updates in PCs, consumer tech is now receiving firmware that prioritizes smarter power management. TVs dim themselves automatically in idle scenarios. Routers reduce signal strength when fewer devices are connected. Smart home devices enter deeper sleep states when inactive. Companies are creating algorithms that allow devices to dynamically scale performance depending on usage. Instead of running at full power all the time, future tech products will intelligently adapt to conserve energy. Another major shift involves manufacturing and supply chain decisions. Stricter regulations often specify acceptable power consumption levels or mandatory efficiency thresholds. That means companies must work with component suppliers who can meet those demands. They're vetting new partners, sourcing more efficient power adapters, and collaborating with semiconductor companies on next-generation chips built for ultra-low power operation. And then there's the push for recycled materials and lighter weight casings. Lower device mass often contributes to better thermal performance, which ties directly into energy efficiency. Many US brands are switching to recycled aluminum, post-consumer plastics, plant-based polymers, and lightweight composites that help devices stay cooler, draw less power, and comply with future sustainability standards. The next area of preparation is happening inside research labs. US tech companies know that new rules could impact entire product categories, so they're investing heavily in R&D. This includes testing new circuit designs, experimenting with advanced cooling methods, redesigning internal airflow, and even shrinking power-hungry components like backlights and motors. TV makers, for example, are adjusting brightness profiles, revamping panel technology, and integrating more efficient LED systems. Laptop manufacturers are evaluating lower power display modes and variable refresh rates that save energy. Smart home companies are designing chips that wake instantly but consume minimal standby power. Another critical area is data centers, which are among the biggest electricity consumers in the tech ecosystem. Companies running cloud services, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, are preparing for stricter rules by building more efficient server racks, adopting liquid cooling systems, installing renewable energy-powered infrastructure, and shifting to AI-driven load balancing that reduces energy waste. They're also working toward new server designs that optimize airflow, reduce heat output, and require fewer cooling cycles. These improvements aren't optional. Regulators are paying more attention to energy consumption in digital infrastructure because streaming, cloud computing, gaming, and online services all rely on massive amounts of electricity. On the consumer level, one of the biggest preparation areas is charger redesign. Power bricks are being rebuilt to meet stricter standby energy limits. USB-C PD chargers are getting more efficient power management chips. Wireless charging mats are being redesigned to reduce heat loss and power waste. Some companies are even exploring mandatory energy ratings for chargers similar to those for appliances. Another reason U.S. tech companies are moving quickly is the rise of state-by-state regulation. California often leads the U.S. in energy rules, and its standards usually become national norms later. Many companies now design products specifically to meet California requirements, knowing that other states will soon adopt similar policies. Preparing early gives them a competitive advantage and avoids costly last-minute redesigns. You can also see preparation happening in marketing and customer education. Tech companies are highlighting energy savings as a selling point. Longer battery life, cooler operation, quieter fans, reduced electricity costs. They're normalizing the idea that efficient devices are premium devices. This helps soften the impact when stricter standards start shaping how devices look and behave. Another major shift is the rise of energy dashboards in everyday tech. Devices now tell users how much power they're consuming, offer energy-saving recommendations, and provide analytics that encourage more efficient usage. Companies expect future regulations to require this kind of transparency, so they're building the platforms early. Then there's the role of AI and automation. Many upcoming energy standards will rely on devices that adapt automatically. AI-driven power management will become a core feature. Whether it's adjusting brightness based on ambient light, putting processors into low-power modes, or learning user habits to reduce unnecessary usage. U.S. tech companies are investing heavily in these AI layers to comply with future rules while improving the consumer experience. Finally, tech companies are preparing by future-proofing their entire product cycles. They know stricter standards are not a one-time change. They're part of a long-term trend. So instead of designing products just to meet today's requirements, they're building systems flexible enough to meet tougher rules years down the line. Battery technology, power regulation chips, displays, cooling solutions, and even device shapes are being reconsidered to anticipate rising expectations for efficiency. When you put all of this together, hardware redesigns, firmware optimization, supply chain shifts, innovative R&D, new chargers, AI power management, data center transformations, and early compliance with state laws, it becomes clear why U.S. tech companies are acting now. They're not waiting for the regulations. They're preparing ahead of them. The energy efficiency shift isn't just a regulatory challenge, it's an opportunity, a chance for tech companies to build devices that last longer, run cooler, cost less to power, and appeal to consumers who increasingly care about sustainability. And as power costs rise and energy usage becomes a top priority for both households and businesses, the companies that lead in efficiency will shape the next generation of American technology.